everyone, my name is FruitySaur. Welcome to my channel. This is gonna be a little bit of an update video. I don't know if any of you have seen, but on my community tab, on like my community post, a couple days ago, I basically said that I wasn't exactly sure where the future of this channel was gonna lead. Let me bring up the exact post. Now these were at the time of this recording 3 days ago. Hey everyone, I think this is where I'm going to end it. This past year has been very stressful and one of the hardest years of my life and one of the hardest years of my time. I think I meant to say life, but I said time. And with where the next 4 years seem to be going, I just don't know if I can continue with this. I'm still debating on whether or not I will continue, but it's not looking good so far. And now I made this at the time when the results were coming in for the election. And this is a whole topic I'll get to in another subject. Essentially, the spoiler alert for the rest of the video, I'm not quitting on this channel. I'm not gonna stop making content. It's just that I think that I need to very much change how I operate. Now I have my other post here. I know my previous statement isn't much since I am a very small creator, but the fact that almost 200 people cared enough to subscribe because they liked at least one of my videos is wild to me. And I want to say that if I do stop posting on this channel, you can continue watching me on my gaming channel and on my nerdy podcast channel. I mean, this has nothing to do with what I'm going to be talking about. I still have a lot to consider in terms of where I'm going to, I still have a lot to consider in terms of what I want to do as a creator. And if this is the end of me talking about politics, I just want to say thank you. So no, it's not. It's definitely not, to say the very least. But the way that I operate on this channel is going to be very different, is what I'll say. So the way that I tried to operate when it came to this channel is that I wanted to just talk about the news and, release videos about me talking about the news. The problem is that I work a full-time job and I do not have the time to do that, then come here and record. So usually I do it on the weekend. I record everything I want to do in terms of news topics. The problem is by that time, a lot of the news cycle kind of passes by. Like we live in a time period where like today's story is old news. Like today's story currently is the soccer fan fight that happened in Amsterdam when a bunch of Israelis essentially were just being disgusting and got the shit beat out of them. I can make a video on that and in a couple of days it's gonna be nothing. And to me that's like, and I don't want to paint this out to be like, oh, all of this is just content. To me, like, this is real world stuff and I want to talk about it, but it's hard to try to get a presence out of that when all the stuff you talk about is already kind of old. Like, unless something happens during the weekend, it's not going to be breaking if I can't make a video about it and post it later. So it leads me to believe, like, should I change it up? Should I change my strategy here? And I think that's really what it's going to do, because not only has it been very stressful just to do all of this in general, it's mostly stressful because I want to make a lot of content. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I don't think I can with where my current schedule is. So I just need to prioritize some things. So my plan for this channel is basically to make less content, but to make it more centralized and put more effort into it. In a way. Like I will have 2 videos coming out this week. I'm going to be talking about, the election, and kind of like the reaction all around it, mostly focused on how the left is reacting to it. And I'm going to be reacting to a video about Ethan Klein. Basically, I'm going to make some more I'm going to have the way that I plan on doing it is at least 1 week, I'm going to have 1 video per week where I talk about the big topic going on. Like if there's a big story, big centralized topic, if there's a big news story, I'll cover it. But I'm not going to be covering a lot of small stuff, mostly because, again, it's stuff that goes old very quickly. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be talking about it here or there. Most of my again, I still care about this stuff, even like the small stuff. But I'm gonna try to spend. Funny enough, I'm gonna do the opposite of what a lot of people should be doing, and that's spend more time on Twitter. But that's mostly just kind of like to filter out those ideas. Like I still want to talk about this stuff, even if I'm, not gonna see any growth or rise from it. That's the thing. Like I still care about this stuff. It's just to me the reason why I'm taking this lesser schedule isn't necessarily because some of this stuff just doesn't get a lot of views. Like I would still be talking about this stuff regardless. I still have been talking about this stuff regardless. It's just more like it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of like effort with where I am right now in my life to devote time to, record and edit these videos and upload them. Like it's a lot. So if I can just do one that I can work on, you know, spend more time on it, like researching, seeing what people are saying, then I would like that. It would still come down to, like I said before, one video a week where I talk about the big topic, whatever it is, like whatever the topic is. Obviously now it's the election. I'll be talking about that. That video should be up Tuesday. And then I will probably be doing some reactions, at least like maybe one every 2 weeks. It really depends. Just something that I can like, a way for me to kind of, I don't know. Like I'm doing it now with the Ethan Klein stuff, but it's also like to talk about the Ethan Klein situation. Like the video in question is another avenue essentially to talk about, the Ethan Klein situation. So, maybe one or two videos a week. I don't know, mostly probably like two, then one, two, and one. It really just depends on really what the big topics are or stuff that I'm just interested in. Like the Ethan Klein topic really has nothing to do outside of me being a former Ethan Klein fan and me just wanting to talk about it. That's it. But that's really all I plan on doing with this channel now. I'm not going away. It's more just I need to just shift how I operate. When I made this post, I just wasn't in a good headspace. Not just because of the election. Like I always kind of, I always had the thought that Trump had a good chance of winning anyways. I said it multiple times before. But it was just kind of like, I think it just kind of hit me that with him back in office, like how bad political discourse was going to get just in general. And then we're already kind of seeing it from the left. Like the right has not like been prominent in terms of their media outreach, in my opinion. I think the liberals are just freaking out too much for anyone to even pay attention to how the right is responding. But maybe that's just my algorithm that's showing me that stuff. But it's just kind of like one of those things where something happens and you just gotta take a big look at where you're at, where you're doing what you're doing. And I still do want to talk about this stuff. Like there was this kind of semblance within me that like, oh, it's time to pack it all up. But I think that's mostly not because of the election, but because I just been getting kind of tired. That's it. Like there's times where I'll, jump on here, I'll record a video, and then I'll be editing it, and then I'll just be like, this isn't worth it. Like, I don't know. Like, again, I don't think anyone cares about this, so who cares? Like, whatever. Or I just don't feel confident in my work at all, so I just kind of, throw it aside. But if I'm able to kind of lessen the load, hopefully that pressure will kind of go away, and I can focus more on just, having fun doing it. Like I want to have fun doing it, especially with how, I don't want to say dark, how trying, like how much worse political discourse is gonna get in the next 4 years. I feel like that I just kind of want to, find ways to still have fun with it, even if, I don't think it's gonna look great. But we'll just have to wait and see. Who knows? Maybe I'll return to making more videos, but honestly, the only way that's gonna happen is if I'm able to get an editor. And at this rate, it's gonna be a while until I'm able to even afford an editor right now. So we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. Just basically, I'm not going away. I'm just taking a lighter schedule. I know this really means nothing because, again, like I said in the post, I only have like almost 200. I'm not even 200, but the fact that I have, like, at this time 194, I kind of, it's farther than I thought I would get. I'm gonna be honest. Like, um I did not have high hopes. Like, I didn't think I was gonna get 1,000 in like the first year of me doing this. Like, I honestly thought I was honestly surprised I got 100. So the fact that like anyone watched my videos, especially the old ones and how shitty they were, the fact that anybody has watched my videos and like, dropped a subscription, to me it's just cool. And hopefully this continues to grow, but again, you know, who knows, maybe it will grow more if I actually am able to have more fun with this and able to give some good and able to create some good content. So yeah, that's about it. I want to thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.